The situation is tragic and unacceptable. 700 million people around the world live in water poverty with no local access to clean drinking water. Approximately 750,000 children still die each year from dysentery, cholera, and other waterborne diseases. That's 1 every 15 seconds. Diseases from dirty water kill more people every year than all forms of violence, including war. 80% of illnesses in the developing world are water-related. In fact, half of the hospital beds all over the world could be freed if everyone had access to clean water. Providing a village with water access improves the economic well-being of that entire community. Currently, women spend 16 million hours per day, that's 40 billion hours annually, collecting water in sub-Saharan Africa. I've worked in Africa for over 20 years. It's given me a good life and provided me the opportunity to travel and see the continent. But it wasn't until a few years ago that I started traveling beyond the major urban centers, and that's when the harsh realities of African rural poverty really hit me. I recall the moment vividly. We were driving on a rough road between towns when our driver abruptly stopped. I looked up and saw a puddle of water in front of us that had gathered from the previous night's rain. I wondered why we'd stopped, as we were in a 4x4 and the puddle was hardly an insurmountable challenge. And that's when I noticed 2 children in the water, playing in it, bathing in it, and drinking from it. I asked my driver, a local Ghanaian, what they were doing, and he nonchalantly told me that this is how they collect water. I was totally aghast. I got out of the car to talk to these kids and understood that their village was just a few minutes' walk away. They were sent to fetch water from the river, but found this source just down the road, and it was going to save them a half a day of walking. This filthy, brown, infected water I would take great pains to avoid treading in, was water that these kids and their families were going to use for cooking, cleaning, and drinking. But they had no choice. I needed to learn more and walk back to the village with them. And that is when I made an instant change in my life and my priorities and conceived Project Maji. There are hundreds of millions of rural dwellers living without ready access to clean drinking water, and many more relying on outdated interventions like the hand pump. And that's why I decided to form an organization that was going to transform the landscape and drive a significant role in bringing an end to this injustice. Our Maji plants are all solar powered, removing any strenuous human effort or any energy costs for running. We have large storage tanks on site to allow for water to be delivered on demand, and this is dispensed via multiple taps, reducing the need for queuing during the busy morning and afternoon hours. And we remotely monitor all our facilities so that in the unlikely event of a technical problem, we can send someone to the site promptly to ensure minimal disruption to the community water supply.
Periodic maintenance, everything I take care of.
We do the maintenance to make sure that the community is very happy about what we are doing.
Now we are having 9 around it, so they can quickly wake up at dawn and come and fetch the water and go to school earlier.
We have a total of 232 students. Now we have water on the compound. All they have to do is to get to the tap, open it, and then fetch water that they need to use. We are on time. We start classes 8 o'clock. If a child needs water to drink, all they need to do is to get to the tap with their cup, fetch, and then drink.
Project Maji for buy no or my bayan so easy and my so could be a nan soon eba or madaru menti. Say, say, I need so problem be a view. Say, I won't toy.
It gives me great pleasure when the water flows and they get clean drinking water, their life is improved.
So far, we have just scratched the surface, but we have seen the impact that our Project Maji interventions have. I have immense gratitude to all of our sponsors and supporters whose contributions have been invaluable. Not only financial, but advisory, technical, and endless encouragement. And as for execution, our impact would not have been possible without our superb team of full-time staff and some totally dedicated volunteers whose tireless efforts have brought us to where we are today. We sit on the cusp of some very significant expansion, and with every inch of progress we make, I get more motivation and encouragement knowing how significantly Project Maji is able to save and change lives.